everyone, and welcome back to the Cornea Impression. What we have here today is McLaren's take on the GT car, the McLaren GT. Very simply pronounced and named. But is it aptly named? That is something we are going to find out in today's review. Sorry about the rumblers. It doesn't matter if you're driving an S-Class or a Rolls-Royce or a McLaren. They always make noise. The road guys designed it perfectly to make noise. There comes another set. Not bad. Not bad for a GT car, or technically a sports car. When it comes to designing, manufacturing and producing road cars, McLaren is a new kid on the block. It's competing against the likes of Ferrari, Aston Martin, Bentley, Porsche. These are their biggest competitors. A couple of years ago, McLaren had clearly defined which category of cars they would produce. The GT is a complete different mix of that. The McLaren GT is McLaren's take on everyday driving. It's designed to be your everyday car. It's designed to be comfortable. It's designed to go down to the supermarket, designed to go play golf in, take your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend out for dinner. Does it do that? Is it capable of doing that in comfort, in style, with ease of access, without having to worry about anything? That's what we're going to find out in this particular video. Yes, you know that McLarens are fast, you know McLarens are edgy, you know McLarens can compete with the best of hypercars and supercars out there. But can they compete in the GT car is what I'm going to find out in this video. And let us start with performance. And as you can see, I am already smiling with that bit. And the reason why I'm smiling so much is because it has a twin turbo V8 producing 612 horsepower behind me over here. It is a mid-engine GT car. It does 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. That is phenomenally quick and is mated to a 7-speed transmission. Now usually GT cars are front engine. The engine is in the front and it sends power to the rear wheels or all four wheels, depending on how they are designed. But in the McLaren GT, the engine is behind me and sends power to the rear wheels. This recipe is usually done for sports cars and supercars, for cars that are designed for performance on the track. Mid-engine cars usually have a 50-50 weight distribution balance, 50% towards the front and 50% towards the back. This is pretty much how this car has been designed as well. It's been designed for you to be able to drive long distances and then take on the bends or racetrack at your destination when you get there, in case you're in the mood for some fun. And McLarens are known for their handling, and this handles superbly. As you can see, I am pushing this car into the corners. Sorry, I was focusing on getting the corner just right. And it handles excellently. The steering is light, it's precise, has enough weight and is very accurate as well. It has a little play in it, but it's not hypersensitive like few other cars, which is a good thing going on for this car. When it comes to comfort, this car is comfortable, but not in the truest sense of comfort. You can pretty much feel every bump, every curve, every road undulation. Pretty much you can feel the surface of the tarmac into the car. Now that's great when you want a sports car kind of feeling. It's great when you know exactly what the tires are doing, what surface you're driving on and how much grip the car has, which it has plenty of. In the Grand Tourer, you would expect some kind of isolation. This does not give you that. This is a very raw experience, and for a GT car, that is where it becomes tricky in my opinion. If it's a GT car, it has to be a bit more comfortable. But then again, McLarens are all about the speed and performance and the handling and the track times, and this definitely gives you all of that. The experience is very raw. Not as raw as you would expect in a 765 LT, but raw enough to give the uninitiated a headache. And when it's a McLaren, we have to talk about performance, and this particular car doesn't disappoint in that format, and it grips like mad. It gives you so much confidence when pushing through bends, corners. It tackles on anything and everything. It gives you put at it. It is phenomenal in that format. So whatever characteristics you think that it may lack in other formats, it fulfills everything and gives you more when it comes to the performance bits. So yes, it performs phenomenally, and all of that was in comfort mode. I didn't even move it to the different driving modes. You can change the handling and dynamics of this car by changing the settings from these two knobs over here. So what you do is, the left is for the handling or the suspension, and the right is for the engine and the gearbox. Now these are technically on comfort mode. You can move them to sport and then track as well. So there are 3 driving modes. You can keep them on track or sport or comfort. But to activate everything, you need to press this button, and as you can see, it's called activate. I mean, how do you say that with gravitas? Well, the drama is only when you start driving. Nothing happens before that. It's not like a bomb or something, you press it and it explodes. But it will explode now on the road. And when sport mode is activated, the ride becomes harder. The suspension just firms up. The steering gives you more feedback, and the acceleration is mind-blowing. Yalla, yalla, go, 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 man. Come on. Everyone's going to Dubai Mall to shop. It's the weekend. Go spend some money, fellows. One quick fact about the McLaren GT: the footwell is very narrow, and the accelerator and brake pedals are very close to each other. So you really need to wear like driving shoes or driving moccasins or something on those lines, the slim shoes, because if you're going to wear like bulky sneakers, for sure you're going to be meddling with both the pedals at the same time. Not a good thing. Go get yourself some driving shoes when you buy the McLaren GT. Consumer fact of the day. Another unique bit about the McLaren GT is that in modern cars, the brakes are assisted. That means with the slightest touch or the slightest push, the brakes grab, and they grab easily. So that makes it easier for day-to-day driving. It makes day-to-day driving less stressful. But on the McLaren GT, the brakes need an ample amount of push. You really need to put your foot in there, put like dedicated amount of pressure to make the car do your bidding. That is, well, for a driver, that's a good thing. But for the uninitiated, and by uninitiated I mean people who don't enjoy driving, and that's just a pain in for the uninitiated. Like right now, I want to brake and I actually have to really calculate and push down. So if you're driving fast and you need to slow down urgently, you really need to pay attention. You really need to be focused. You really need to be able to make that right decision, to be able to brake hard and brake fast. But the brakes are phenomenal in this car as well. And because it's a McLaren, we have to talk about the exteriors. And what a bit of exterior kit the McLaren GT has. A phenomenally good looking car. Quintessentially McLaren. The design language is very easily identifiable, and as you can see, it's designed for only one purpose: aerodynamic efficiency. Talking about aerodynamics, obviously this car has to be aerodynamically efficient. It's designed to be smooth, to make sure the air flows smoothly around it, and everything on this car is designed to resemble a water droplet, the most aerodynamically efficient thing on earth. So when you look at it, this reminds you of an F1 car. All these grills and vents are functional bits of aero. This side vent is also functional. It's used to channel air around the engine, which is down and low over here, to make sure the engine is cool. This is functional bit of aero too. And it has a small rear ducktail spoiler as well. As you can see, it comes up. So this rear ducktail spoiler also channels air smoothly over the car. And because the engine is at the back, well, technically mid-engine, and it's down and low, this leaves the entire front overhang very small and short. This is very small compared to other modern cars or other GT cars as well. And this space has been used up to have a front boot or a frunk, which we have used to store our camera bag. So as you can see, this is pretty spacious. You can carry your pieces of luggage on a long distance drive. So as you can see, this short overhang, the short bonnet, gives you easy visibility, lets you park easily, lets you maneuver around the city easily, even lets you handle those sweeping twisty bends easily. And let us talk about the rear. And what a handsome looking rear. Cool looking tail lights. They actually remind me of a spear. Can you see the spear? If you look at it, they remind me of a spear. See this? It comes straight and they actually become broad like a spear. Well, that's my imagination maybe. Obviously the McLaren logo. Sports exhaust as well. But you need to see this. Come closer. Check this out. So this is the car. Color-coded key matching the body color of the car. When you press the front opens. But when you press the rear, voila. It is the world's longest tailgate and it has enough amount of storage inside. Huge, huge. And as if you have seen other people's videos, they have already tested that a human being can lie down inside. So thank you other journalists for doing my job. Something that was absolutely unrequired. You can fit a golf bag inside. You can fit multiple sets of luggage pieces, which you can buy from McLaren. Well, designed and manufactured by Toomey luggage systems for McLaren, which is pretty cool. I like all this fancy stuff, you know, which you can buy extra and keep, you know, to show how much money you have. I'm that kind of guy. I like it. So yes, we are using it to store our camera bag and our other camera equipment. The material on this is apparently from the military to make sure that it's heat insulated. So because the engine is below this, they don't want all the heat from the engine radiating into the storage bay. So they have used this material, which is supposed to be, again, like I said, from the military, to make sure that the heat doesn't come on top, which is pretty cool. McLaren guarantees that this area will not exceed 40 degrees Celsius at any given point of time due to this type of material. The entire body is made from carbon fiber, and not just regular carbon fiber, recycled carbon fiber. Usually when you see carbon fiber, it has a weave. Well, when you see this type of carbon fiber, that means it's recycled. So this is a way to identify recycled carbon fiber. So yes, the entire body has been produced from recycled carbon fiber. You can also get leather on top of this material, and as you can see, it has tons of bands and harnesses to make sure that your luggage has been stored correctly. And another party trick of the McLaren GT are its doors, dihedral doors. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So you click on this button, the doors open, and voila. I mean, look at the drama that they provide. You would just buy the car for its doors, screw everything else. And obviously for the passenger side as well, phenomenal dihedral doors. And they make getting in and out of parking areas also easy, because in case there's a car next door, you can park yourself around properly, get some space and open these beautiful doors. I can just park the car all day long and look at it. Who cares if it's not a GT or a supercar or a sports car? Look at that. Oof. Super hot. Super, super, super hot. Beautiful. But yes, a party trick, dihedral doors. And come check out the interior from here. Looks like a spaceship. I mean, you would just think you're in Guardians of the Galaxy or something, ready to conquer the world. This thing is going to fly, you know, just take off. Let's talk about the interiors. The seating position is down and low. However, you have enough visibility all around. There's enough visibility to the side, through the front, and through the rear as well, because of the long sweeping tailgate that it has. Pretty much like a hatchback. GT cars are all about comfort and luxury. They're all about style. And when you sit in the McLaren, it's very minimalistic. There is pretty much nothing that takes attention in the car. You have the AC vents over here, which are like jet turbine vents. You have a floating center console with a touchscreen, which is very easy, very seamless to use. It pretty much reminds me of an Android tablet, and as you can see, even the text or the font is pretty much like an Android tablet. You can move stuff around like a phone. You can even go here. This is the ambient lighting. Yeah, you can change which one you want. It's all very vanilla when it comes to that. You have your touch buttons for drive, neutral and reverse over here, automatic start stop, engine start stop, some storage areas over here. Even the steering is completely minimalist. There is absolutely nothing on the steering wheel, as you can see, except for this piece of aluminium. Your gear paddles are mounted on the steering wheel as well. They are good to hold. It's real metal. They're good to hold. But I don't particularly like the finishing on it. The edges are pretty sharp and rough. And even here, the texture it's not smooth. And I would prefer something that's more luxurious. But the heft, the feel of it is spot on. The car comes with a lift kit in which the ride height can be raised or lowered up to 60 kilometers per hour, and it can be done on the move. You have a phenomenal Bowers and Wilkinson system. As you can see, it's designed pretty much to look like the McLaren logo. It's a very handsome looking piece of kit, and bits and bobs of storage. There's a dashboard over here, center console over here, storage. It even has a home button which you can press like a phone and pretty much go anywhere and everywhere. Climate control, phones, very simple, very intuitive to use and stress-free, which is what I like about this car. Usually car infotainment systems are finicky and they have too much drama. However, in the McLaren GT, all the drama is provided by the exterior looks of the car and by the performance. Now, when it comes to build quality and materials, this is where I tend to get a bit picky. Supercars are usually not known for their build quality or the quality of materials inside. But in recent times, all the brands are upping their game. Every brand is trying to provide the best build quality, better materials and all of that stuff. Now, given to the fact that this is a GT car and it's supposed to be luxurious, it has aniline leather, suede combination. It has all the luxury materials on the seats, on the side. It's a pretty interesting place to be in. I don't like the combination of black and maroon or burgundy inside the car. I'm not a fan of black interiors, and if you guys have seen my previous videos, you know I'm a sucker for tan or brown, and I prefer something on those bases in pretty much every other car. And it also does look a bit more luxurious. I would have preferred that kind of interiors on this car as well. But all in all, the choice of materials is pretty good. It's the build quality and a few bits of plastic that don't make sense to me. When you're paying this kind of money, I expect everything to be top notch. And I'll show you what doesn't feel that great. You know, the plastic inside the AC vents, so plastic here, and the plastic on the mirror, so, and just this plastic over here, like, it doesn't feel that good. These are the small things that actually make or break an ownership experience, especially for long-term owners. So what's my take on the McLaren GT? Is it a good car? Is it a bad car? Is it a fast car? Is it an annoying car? What is it? You've heard me rambling about performance and interiors and exteriors and the history of Grand Touring and all of that. My take on it is, I'm still trying to decide, because it's great as a sports car, but is it great as a GT car? No. Even though it has GT in its name, it's not a GT car. It's a GT car in McLaren's definition. So yes, a McLaren owner, a guy who's driving McLarens every day, doesn't matter which one, this is a GT car. For a McLaren lover, nothing else could be a better GT car. But for guys or people who own other brands, for them it may not be the perfect GT car, because it's more sports car like, it's more supercar like, the performance is proper supercar like. So was McLaren right in naming this a GT? Well, actually, when I think of it, yes, they were right in naming this the GT, because it can be driven every day. It has enough storage space, albeit it's a funny storage space, but it has enough storage space. It's easy to drive, it's easy to park, it's easy to live on a day-to-day basis. So yes, it is a GT car in that sense. But would I buy it as a GT car? No, I wouldn't buy it as a GT car. But I would definitely buy it as a sports car. Starting at 850,000 dirhams, the McLaren GT competes with pretty much every other supercar, GT car, sports car out there. You can option it up to almost $1 million dirhams. That means the price is somewhere around $275,000, give or take. And in India, it's around 4 crore rupees, 5 crore rupees maybe, without taxes. But yeah, who cares about a crore at that price point, right? If you can afford to pay 4 crores, you can afford to pay 5 crores. But yes, at that price point, there is a lot of competition. So what do I suggest? Go drive the Ferraris, go drive the Bentleys, go drive the Astons, go test them, and then come and drive this car, and you will know exactly which one you want depending on your personality. So until next time, stay tuned. You know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell icon, click the notifications on for our channel. Thank you for the support. Love you guys. Stay tuned and keep watching for more crazy fun automotive content. We have some more supercars in store for y'all.